Coach was just saying a couple minutes ago that he kind of feels like your transition from night one was pretty seamless.
Yeah.
Why do you think it was so easy, if it was easy in your eyes?
I mean, it's just trying to understand how to play. I mean, you gotta kind of know just basic sets and a lot of different teams. Well, a lot of teams run the same set, but just kind of put their own twist on it. But as long as you can, make reads and understand, what the offense is trying to accomplish, you can pretty much, make the transition. So it's been a little difficult sometimes, but I think I've, caught up.
Is it more terminology than anything else? I mean, we hear it all the time that most teams run the same stuff.
That's it. Well, some of the stuff was, most of the terminology is pretty much the same.
Okay.
They use a few different words, but for the most part, if you kind of read what they're doing, you kind of catch what the actions mean to the calls, and you pretty much catch up.
He was also saying that he's been impressed with your game on both ends of the floor, even pleasantly surprised in a sense he's been better than advertised. But is that a product of more minutes, bigger role? What do you think it is?
I think it's Casey always telling us to play defense when I was here. And kind of sticks with you. So, I try to do my best to play on defense and, try to affect the game, on the other side of the ball. And, just try to play with energy.
What was your relationship with Dwayne? He talks about you kind of being like a son almost in a sense.
Yeah, he was a big part of my NBA career. First coach. He's been here, really my whole career, and I learned a lot from him. He's taught me a lot, so he was definitely an integral part to the development of my career.
Keeping with that family angle, Pat as well was saying like he's like a younger brother. I mean, is that just a product of being with the team for so long as well? You develop these types of relationships.
Yeah, for sure. Pat is basically there. When he come out, second year, like the beginning of the second year. So I've known Pat for a long time. We hung out, on and off the court. So it was, he was just like, big brother, always hanging out, cool guy. So we had a lot of the same interests. So it was cool. You just kind of develop relationships with everybody, from the team to staff to front office. So it's like a big family.
I know you probably talked a little bit about this morning, but now that you're coming in for a game, does it feel weird being in this locker room and wandering around?
Oh yeah, this first time I've ever been over here. Never been to this side of the arena. Never been in this locker room. So when I got here, I just kind of looked around, walked back there. Never really been here before, so it's not too bad. I'm getting adjusted.
What do you miss most?
Here right now, the routine. I always had a routine. I would go, lift, play a game with Johnny Lee, go play a little bit of PlayStation upstairs, come down, get a stretch, hang out, talk, mess with the team. It's cool because I'm getting a new routine, growing into it and having fun over here too. So it's all good.
What about non-game days? Just kind of not being here. It's the one city you came to the league, and that's the one city you knew.
Man, it got so cold here. I stay in the house most times. Now I'm in Orlando. I can leave the house and go explore and not worry about freezing to death. So.
You don't want to be another one of those American guys talking about weather. Come on.
Oh my goodness, you don't know how big of a change it is. It's so cold here most times. So. I still miss it. It's a lot, that goes on around here that I'm gonna miss. But I'm having fun where I'm at.
Terrence, talk about your routines changing. Watching you pregame, I feel like you were talking to some of the coaches through what you like to do pregame.
Yeah.
How tough is that? Just those kind of routines, like teaching coaches what you want to do pregame, all that kind of stuff.
It's so funny. Actually, that coach, or one of the coaches was here. One of my coaches, the coach that usually does my shoot around, he was late, so I was just teaching the other guys what I was going through. But for the most part, it's been easy. That first game, you kind of tell them what you want, and after that, it's pretty much solid, and you go through it every game.
If you're teaching other players, all of a sudden now, if you come to the dressing room, you sort of now look at that as a grizzled veteran. When you left here still a young player, you're a grizzled veteran.
I still think I'm pretty young. It just happens to be these guys here younger than me, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a real vet now. I got traded, got that checked off. So I feel like pretty much of a not old vet, but nonetheless a vet.
Was the transition any easier for you having a guy like Biz and a former teammate now a new teammate?
I knew most of you guys just from around the way,
Yeah.
so that was good. That was the easiest part of the whole thing, getting transitioned into. But for the most part, it wasn't too bad. It made it real easy for me.